You want to see the scar? Ooh, I need to get my eyebrows done. Good evening, demigods. I am back home from Miami. It's about to be Christmas time, so that's why I have on my Christmas jammies. And I have a story time for you guys today, or tonight. How long ago was this? I think like 6-7 years ago. It's been a while. I had to get emergency surgery on my gums. Yes, emergency surgery, gums. I know it doesn't sound like the two go together, but it was pretty severe, and I will explain more of that later. But I had to get emergency surgery on my gums, so I thought, why not tell you guys about it? So this is really random, but I'm gonna say this just because it's on my mind. I wish that I worked at Starbucks so I could be one of those YouTubers who makes videos of like just them making people's drinks all day, like on shift. My friend works at Starbucks, and she told me she doesn't know how people like make TikToks or YouTube videos while they're working at Starbucks because it's too busy all the time. But bitch, if I worked at Starbucks, where there's a will, there's a way. If I worked at Starbucks, that's the only content that you guys would get is like me vlogging making people's coffee drinks without even talking, because that's what they do. It's just like ASMR, the pouring sounds and the blending sounds and everything, and they don't say a word. Like, that's the vibe, that's the life. But unfortunately I don't work at Starbucks, so until then. Anyway, I had braces in middle school, I think from like 6th or 7th grade to 9th grade. And I was supposed to have them on for 2 years, but I had very bad gingivitis. And I don't want to hear what you have to say. I floss every day. I use the water toothpick thing. I couldn't like floss with the string floss because it wasn't working. So I use the water picker thing every day, twice a day. And I just still got gingivitis no matter how much I brush my teeth, no matter how much I use the flossing thing, rinse my mouth with mouthwash. I still had gingivitis, and it was getting to a point where my gums were growing over my braces. So I had to get my braces off early. I had my braces for a year and a half when I was supposed to have them on for 2 years. And once they removed my braces, my teeth were fine. I had to wear like a specialized retainer for it to like straighten out the rest of the way. But they were pretty straight to me, I guess. But I had to wear the specialized retainer. And while I was wearing the specialized retainer, my gums were supposed to start retracting. I think that's the word. Receding. They were supposed to start receding, and they were not. They were still growing down, and I at that point was able to floss regularly. But every time I would brush my teeth and floss and everything like that without the braces on, I would bleed severely, like out of my gums, and it was really like horrifying to see every single night when I brushed my teeth. So I went back to the orthodontist, and they said that I have some type of condition like gingivitis X or something like that. It was like something really scientific. And they said basically it's nothing that I am doing wrong. It's just like an innate thing like within me. Like I have gingivitis that's very, very hard to cure without the aid of like a doctor or something. So even with me getting my braces off to get like a specialized like Invisalign type of retainer brace thing, they were still growing like over my teeth to the point where like my teeth, these are the size of my teeth, they're like half this size because my gums had like grew right here and on the bottom too. So I had to get gum surgery because I was just going to have no teeth. Or I was gonna have teeth, but my gums were going to like completely swallow my teeth up. So we booked the gum surgery appointment. It was very, very expensive, even with the insurance and everything. and it was at a paleodontist, I think that's what they call them. And they asked me if I wanted to go in like to get the top done and then the bottom done like a week later. And I was like, no, I want to get it out the way all together. So I went in. The surgeon or doctor or paleodontist, whatever he wants to be called, took out one of those scalpel things. And well, let's start from the beginning. So I went in the office. They took me in there. I was with my mom. I was like, you're gonna come in here with me. They're not going to touch me without you in my presence. So she came in there with me. They had this huge needle that was like something off of like a cartoon. It was like this big. The like part that holds the medicine or whatever was metal, and it had like the long needle, and it had like the circle, like metal circle thing where you like push the medicine down into whatever you're injecting. And they injected my gums with that. It was like numbing stuff like 25 times, and I kid you not, every single time I felt that every single time. It was supposed to be numbing me up. It was not numbing It took like 5 minutes for the numbing stuff to set in. And they also put like numbing cream on first to try to like make the numbing injections not as painful, but it didn't work. I felt every single injection that they put into my mouth. It was my gut. And they put one like right here in my tongue. That's the one that hurt the worst. Like, you're not touching my tongue, so why are you doing that? But anyway, it took like 5 minutes for the numbing cream and like the numbing injections to set in. And my lips felt like this. Like they felt like 50 pounds. So I was like, did they just like inject my lips or something? Because like I wasn't in my right frame of mind. I think the numbing injections like were with my brain. So I was like, wait a minute. I thought I was here to get gum surgery, not Botox. And I was trying to say to them like don't inject me in my lips. Because I was thinking that they were like giving me lip injections. But they weren't acknowledging anything that I was saying or trying to say, because at this point I couldn't really talk. So then he got out the scalpel and he just started like cutting my gums away. I was thinking they were going to put me to sleep. I've been like put to sleep for surgery before, so I had like mentally prepared myself for that, but they just did it while I was awake, and I guess my anesthesia was in the form of numbing. So he started, scratching and cutting away at my gums. I couldn't feel a thing, obviously. And he kept asking me, like, can you feel this? Can you feel this? And I'm like, no. I'm pretty sure if I felt you cutting my gums, I would have probably, like, punched you in the face involuntarily by now. But no, I couldn't feel anything. It took a while. It took, like, 20, 30 minutes, which is what felt like 20 to 30 days while I was in that chair. And my lip, like, felt like it was down here. But after that, it was over. And I don't know why they even allowed me to do this, but after it was all done, I got up out the chair and I went to the bathroom to go see like my new pretty gums. That looked like a fucking murder scene. It was blood everywhere. My gums were like freshly cut, so you could see like the meat from the inside of my gums. It was like this pink color, and then at like the part that was cut, it was like this red outline, and it was just like dripping blood. Let me stop before YouTube flags this for 18 plus content. But it was gross. And instantly, like when I was in the bathroom and I saw that like scene of gore, I started bawling. Cause like, I was like, what if my gums continue to look like this? I'm gonna look like a monster. Mind you, still like my mind was not in the right state because of the numbing. Because I really feel like the numbing injections like did something to my brain. Like they probably put some like funny gas in there too. But yeah, so I did that, cried. I got it together though. Before I went back outside, I was like, get it together. You don't want these people to see you crying. That's embarrassing. Before I went back out, and I got back out, and they were like, okay, well, you can't eat like certain foods until like for 3 or 4 days. And I was like, okay. And my lips still felt like 50 pounds. So I was just like, and then I went back home. I took a long nap, like a 2-3 hour nap. And then I woke back up and like the numbness in my mouth and in my lips and everything kind of wore off. I don't think my gums were really sore because like usually after surgery you're like sore. But I don't really feel like they were sore. But definitely like I was very cautious with what I ate. And I'm not like the type of person who likes like soft foods. Like I hate ice cream. Not a big fan of like marshmallows. I like mashed potatoes and stuff like that, but there's not a lot of like soft foods that I really like. So hopefully like when I get older I don't have some like condition where I only have to eat soft foods because I will be miserable. I stayed home from school for like 3 days and I was like, if I can't eat or like function normally like a normal person, I'm not gonna go to school. So I used the excuse to stay home from school for like 2-3 days. It took a while for my gums like to get to the place that they are now. Cause like even after they healed and everything, they were still kind of like swelled up. But now, as you can see, they look fine. Was it worth it? I guess so. I enjoyed getting my braces off early because I didn't really enjoy having braces. I had to get them tightened like once a month, and every time you get them tightened they like hurt all over again. So I wasn't really like the biggest fan of having braces. So it was fun to get them off a little bit earlier than what they were due for, even though it wasn't for a good reason. And the surgery itself, I think the most painful thing about it was how much it cost. Shout out to my parents. My gums look fine now. And one thing that I learned more than anything is the importance of flossing. I don't ever want to have to go through that again. So one thing I do now is floss very thoroughly. I have like a whole like oral care routine that maybe I can make another video about, and like a nighttime routine video. But yeah, floss, because you don't want to end up like this. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you have a great Christmas, a great New Year's, a great Kwanzaa, a great Hanukkah, or whatever else you celebrate during this time. Enjoy your times with your families. If you don't really like your family, enjoy your time by yourself or with your friends. And I will see you guys in the next video. Hope you have a great rest of your day, night, or whatever time you're watching this. Bye.